Okay, this is Gran's Little Acre, and I'm getting ready to sit down to a bowl of fresh string beans cooked in chicken broth with just salt and pepper and a little bit of Amish butter. Then I bought a bushel. I'm going to show you how I put it up to freeze. And these are so beautiful. I may even do some pickled string beans because they're beautiful string beans. Got them at the local farmer's market. So, like and subscribe if you want to know more. Okay, here is part of my bushel. Came in this cute little crate. I'm going to show you. That was delicious, by the way. That was my supper. I like my string beans not soggy and soft. I like them a little firm. And I cooked them in a little bit of chicken broth and water until they were, I guess you call it al dente. They really weren't soggy. And then I took them out, put them in a bowl, put sea salt on them, some pepper, and some Amish butter I had, and it was magnificent. So I'm going to show you. I do want to put some away. I did get these at my local farmer's market, and I have been working on them. Okay, this is kind of my setup. I have my sinks cleaned thoroughly, and then I add baking soda, white vinegar to cold water, and make sure it's thoroughly mixed in, and then I add my string beans and let them soak for several hours, and these have been soaking for quite a while. So I have my cutting board and my knife and my chicken bucket. My chickens will enjoy this. And a pot that I put my green beans in that I'm going to blanch and then vacuum seal. So, here we go. Not really sure how well this is going to show up. But basically what I do is I take my green beans out and I kind of line them up so that I do more than one at the time. These are the kind of string beans that you'd see grandmamas on the porch snapping the string beans. These are those kind of beans, and they are delicious, and they are very straight, so they would really make some great pickled string beans, which I may do. Just cut off the ends and put them in my pot. And when I get my pot full enough of the string beans, then I will blanch the batch and vacuum seal them and freeze them and enjoy them this winter. And everybody else is eating old canned string beans. We'll be eating string beans that taste just as fresh as you took them out of the garden. These particular string beans, my dog has her squeaky toy. I'll have to show you Dolly. She's had a haircut, so she looks presentable. I will show you what she looks like. She's my little sidekick. But these string beans came from Hyde County in eastern North Carolina. Did you eat your string bean? And Hyde County is known for its very rich dirt. I don't know what... I'm sorry about the squeaking, y'all. There's nothing I can do about it. She wants some attention. She's taking it to the living room. I'm not really sure if or what kind of pesticides they might have used, but I will tell you that I always soak any vegetables, with the exception maybe of tomatoes, and I have done that too, to get any kind of residue or bugs, which these don't have. I have not seen a single string bean in this batch that has a bad spot on it, which is unusual. So these are just some remarkable string beans. And I make sure that I get the ends done. Are you playing? Are you playing? She wants my attention. She knows I'm in here doing this. So I'm going to try to process 2 sinkfuls tonight. And hopefully, well, I've got, sorry, I didn't mean to jar that. But I will also have enough left tomorrow that if I choose to make some pickled string beans, I will take you along on that journey, because they're really good. And these would really make some excellent pickled string beans. I'm telling you, these are perfect. This is what I do to the string beans. So I'll get back with you when it's ready to blanch. Okay, I have 3 big pots and a strainer going. And I wanted to show you what I do and how I do it. I have boiling water in one pot, which I have salted. It says heavily salted, but I don't like a lot of salt in mine. And the one thing I wanted to tell you, you blanch it for 2 to 3 minutes, and I usually do that, but I go by color as well. If you will look at the difference, this is the color when they're getting ready to go into the strainer, which is going to go into the boiling water. And when it comes out, you see how bright green they are? So that is what I go by. So what I do is I just put them, and you can't fill it up, because if I put as much water as I actually needed, then it wouldn't go all the way through. And then I just set it in the water and kind of go by clock and color as to the color change. And this big pot is an old big cannon pot I use for water bathing sometimes, but it's an old Revereware pot, which I've had for over 40 years. Yeah, 40 years. And while we're waiting for this to do, again, this is Grand's Little Acre, and I am a Jill of all trades and a master of none. I do a lot of different things. I preserve food. I do dabble with herbs. I make tallow. I'm going through my house and cleaning it out, and I sell a little of my collections and antiques on eBay. I do some gardening. I have chickens. I'm a retired history teacher, and I believe that you should learn something every day. I'm in my 70s. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I'm in my 70s, and I try to get up every day and do something productive. It doesn't mean that some days I don't sit on my rear end and do nothing, because I do. I do have arthritis, which is a hindrance, but I try to keep going and get things accomplished. I like doing things like this. I'm a country girl. This is what my grandmother and my mother did, and I try to carry on those traditions. I don't know if this is helpful for anyone. I'm not making any money off this video. I don't have a lot of followers. I'm just putting my phone on a tripod and talking while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And if it helps someone or teaches someone or inspires someone to, in their 70s, to do something and learn how to do something new, wonderful. Wonderful. I do believe in supporting small businesses. I love a farmer's market. I do have some beans, string beans planted, but I'm going to tell you, in eastern North Carolina today, it is hot. It was 98 degrees today, and it is so hot you can't even stand it outside. I went out early this morning and watered my garden and some of my flowers and things, but it is hot as it's just hot. And I live, whoops, I need to rescue a bean. Hot. Rinse these off. See the bright green that they've turned. Okay, and this is the last batch that I'm going to do tonight. And after I do this, I will bring you back and show you what I do with vacuum sealing them. They're going to be really, really good this winter. Everybody's eating fresh string beans now because they're coming on. This winter, they're going to be amazing. So we'll come back when it's time to vacuum seal them. Okay, here are the supplies for this, and I'm only going to do one bag because this is going to be noisy. But I have my food saver vacuum sealer, and I got this at the Salvation Army for $6.98. I love it. I have a roll of vacuum seal material, which I have pre-cut, and I have labeled what is on them, or in them, what's going to be in them. So, some people cut their beans in half. I like to just put mine in. Oh, and they'll kind of straighten themselves out once you shape the bag. And as my grandmother would say, put enough in there for a mess. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do about half of a sink full. My folks love string beans. And remember, I do have another sink full and some left. I'm trying to straighten them up a little bit. And I have some left in the little bag thing. But I can't fill it. It's so full, I don't want it sealed, so it'll be a good mess. Compresses them on down, I will say that, and it's very tight. However, it will keep it a whole lot fresher. So I'll take a video of when it's done. Okay, as you can see, I have 3 bags. Or 3 messes, as my grandmama would say, of string beans. This is, I have a double sink, and this was one side of the sink, so I should get from the other side 3 more, which will be 6. And I do have some left in my bushel box. Also, I forgot to tell you to let the beans cool before you vacuum seal them. You really don't want them hot. But there you have it. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Bye.